What is up, everyone? I'm on the way to a new creek, a creek that I've never been to before. Actually, it's more like two creeks. It's a larger creek in a section I've never fished before. Then I'm also going to be fishing a tributary of it that I've never actually fished before at all. So now I'm going for some native brook trout today. If we happen to catch wild browns, because I think they're in the system, that's fine. But really looking for some big native brook trout. I think, just based off what I've seen online from this system, it looks like there's some great cover. It's really, like, from what I've seen, very overgrown. Might be kind of hard to access, but it should definitely hold some nice brook trout. So I'll let you know a little bit more about it once we get up to the creek, once we actually see it for the first time. Not exactly sure how I'm going to get back into it, where I'm going to park, all that. We're going to have to sort all that out. But yeah, pretty exciting. Always a great day when you're able to get out on the water, especially when you're exploring a new creek. So yeah, we'll get to the creek and start fishing. So we should be coming up on the pull-off to the first stop I want to make today pretty soon. It's starting to snow. Not super heavily, but there's a good amount of snowflakes coming down. It is cold out here. It's not going to be very fun fishing in these conditions, but might be worth it if we find a new hidden gem and catch some nice brookies. So we'll see what happens. Well, we made it to the first stop of the day. There's a pretty steady snow coming down. Yeah, I can't wait to get in the creek though and start fishing. It looked pretty good. Obviously, we're getting right here. I've actually fished this creek before, but way lower down, and we're gonna hike upstream until we hit a tributary that flows in. We're going to head up the tributary, and that's the new water I'm looking to explore. So let's get it all rigged up and get in the water and see what happens. So here's our first look at the creek. Yeah, the snow's picking up. If you can't tell, it's actually falling even heavier now. But yeah, this doesn't look too bad. Actually looks pretty good. So we can head up this way upstream and see if we can't catch any fish. This creek is looking pretty overgrown. Like I said, that's what I thought it would be from what I was seeing online. Having fished other creeks in this area is sort of what I expected. But there's still room to cast, and hopefully we can find some spots to open up a bit. I'm just hiking upstream looking for like the first deep pool. All this stuff probably holds some fish, but just not really easy to fish by any means, and it might just be a waste of my time. I'm trying to cover a lot of water today. I'm probably doing a lot more walking than I will be casting. Got him, fish. There we go, that was quick. Shit, I lost my net. Where the hell is it? I guess it doesn't matter. We just landed our first brookie today, and it's a really nice one. Wow, that did not take long at all. Gorgeous fish, too. That's a really pretty one. Great way to start the day. Might have dropped the net in the water. I'll have to go back and look for it. Maybe I just left it in the car. We'll see. We'll get the hook off this fish, and I'm getting back in the water. First brook trout of the day, going back in the water. There we go. Wow, great fish. That's how you want to start the day. So I guess before we go back and look for my net, we'll make another casting here, because I doubt that was the only fish in there. There we go. That's a decent cast. Come on. Oh, got big again. There's a lot of fish in there, but now I'm snagged, so I have to spook the pool. Well, we have acquired our net. I had to hike back to the car. But it didn't cost us too much time, because luckily there's this nice, pretty worn trail that runs along the creek. It's really overgrown down in by the water. But, out here, if you stay like 20, 30 feet out, it's not so bad. So we might be able to cover a lot of ground as long as we're not walking in the creek. And, we'll just jump in and fish all the stuff that looks pretty accessible. So yeah, pretty happy with how it's going so far. Had 2 bites, landed that one really nice fish, and the creek just looks absolutely amazing. I could, with how like much cover there is over the water, I could see some really big fish living in this creek. My hands are so cold, I feel like they're about to fall off. It is freezing out here, but I think it's worth it for these fish. So we're gonna stick it out here for a couple hours. Really, give this creek the best try that we can. just hiking upstream, looking for some big pools. It's kind of hard fishing all these tiny little runs because there's a lot of them, and you know, most of them probably won't hold fish. So just trying to save time, cover as much water as possible. I really want to get up to the tributary. I guess it's not even really tributary, it's like the creek branches in two, and I'm just fishing one half of it. But that's really where I wanted to explore, although a lot of this stuff looks great as well. Damn it, I was walking up on the spot, I just spooked like a 7 or 8 inch fish. Not sure if it was a brookie or brown, but it looked pretty dark color, so I'm gonna have to guess it was a brookie. It's kind of hard to approach and fish these really shallow, slow moving spots like this one without spooking the fish. It's probably just an impossible task, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Seems like there's a tree dropped over top of every good hole, which makes it kind of impossible to fish. The state forest people or whoever does this work on the stream or whatever, I don't really know, but they've definitely been dropping trees over the creek, because I mean, this is just insane. There's almost no room to cast at any of these spots, and that's great for fish habitat, so I'm not complaining. I'd much rather have it be almost impossible to fish and hold a ton of good sized brookies than just be like really open and, you know, not hold much fish. But from a fisherman's standpoint, it is kind of frustrating because, you know, I'm having to cast over top of stuff, under stuff. It's just really, really difficult to get good presentations at these fish. So I think we just passed the point where the stream splits in two. We are now on the tributary, which actually looks bigger than the main branch, despite being labeled as a separate stream, but whatever. So we're gonna keep pushing upstream. Just struggling to find good spots to fish. I mean, there's some great looking pools that have a lot of depth, but they just have too much cover. It's impossible to get good drifts in here. Even with like a very stationary presentation, just letting a nymph sit under an indicator, it's almost impossible to get good casts. So, you know, I can't even imagine what it must be like for spin fishermen trying to fish something like this, like a spinger, having to cast and retrieve it. That would be very, very hard to do. So, yeah, this is just really rough. I mean, this looks really good too. Could probably cast at this. That was a brookie. Damn, he took that thing. Wasn't ready for it. It's been so long since I got a real bite. That bob went all the way under. That's how you know. I mean, maybe it could have been a big creek chub, but you know that was most likely a trout. And even if it was a chub, it was a fish that's big enough to hook. We'll just put it that way. Come on. These fish just won't get hooked. It's so frustrating. Got him. There we go. What is this? Is this a brookie? It is a brookie. Wow. Really good brookie. Damn, this is a nice fish. But this thing's probably over 6 inches long. Wow. There we go. I guess these were brookies that we were getting bites from. Take a look at this one, guys. This is our biggest fish of the day. Obviously much bigger than that first one. This is a solid fish. He's very skinny, but I mean, he's probably a solid 6 to 6.5 inches long. Look at that fish, guys. That's just a great, great fish. So we'll get the hook out of him and get him back in the water. But yeah, out of this little pool right here, I knew there'd be fish there. I kept casting, probably like 10 casts before I finally hooked this guy. Get our other hand wet and we can show him off. Just look at that fish, guys. Gorgeous brookie. It's exactly what we came out here for. Get this beautiful fish back in the water, probably about 6 inches long. It's exactly what we were looking for. Great fish. Maybe there'll be another one up there, who knows. Looks like we have another fish that's biting over here. Maybe not quite as big, but it looked like it was a little bit bigger than just a minnow. Oh, that was one. See if we can't get him this time. Might not come back for it, and now we're stuck. Ooh, that was a big one. No, I don't know if you guys saw that. He chased it out. He tried to bite it and I missed the hook set. That was a really big brookie too. Got him. There we go. Got him in the net. Wow, brookie number 3 today. He's not super big, but I'll take him. Just knew there'd be a fish in that spot. It looked way too good for there not to be. All right, get our hands wet. Take a look at this fish. Wow, really dark one. He's a lot darker than those first 2 fish we caught. Big contrast in color there, but still a pretty fish. Probably about 4.5 to 5 inches long. Let's get him back in the water. Wow, really fun catch. See if we can get another one out of that spot. Really pretty waterfall section right here. It doesn't look too deep, so I don't know if we'll be able to catch fish here or not, but it's just a gorgeous spot. Oh, there was one up there. Oh, that's a fish, big fish. Wow. Well, not super big, but it's a brookie, so we'll take him. I thought I was stuck on the bottom there. So, yeah, he's not super big. He just felt heavier for some reason, but he's a solid 5.5 to 6 inches maybe. More closer to just 5 inches long, but yeah, really solid fish. Oh, he's off the hook already. I don't know where he went, but yeah, that was cool. So, fish number 4. Wow, we're catching a lot of fish out here. Now this is like one of the best looking pools I've seen ever. So we're definitely gonna fish this for a while. Start back here, make a cast up that way. Oh, that was one already. Missed him. Got him. There we go. Get him in the net. Brookie number 5. Wow. You know, they're not super big like I thought they'd be, but there's a lot of them. And that's a great sign. I mean, there's a lot of fish in this creek. This is, you know, I'm so glad I decided to come out here today instead of fishing somewhere I'd already fished before, because having a great time out here catching these fish. And this is just gorgeous water. Let's get them back in the water and keep fishing. So I'm starting to hear gunshots around me. I don't think it's deer season yet. I thought that started on Monday. I'm sure there's like other seasons open. I'm not too big on hunting, so I have no idea what people are hunting for right now. But yeah, I'm not wearing any orange at all. Probably a very stupid decision if you think about it, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Hopefully, if I do run across a hunter, they won't shoot me. That's kind of the goal. Wow, this is some great looking water too. This whole creek's just amazing. Well, if you look up there, there's a posted sign. Looks like this is about the furthest we can go in this creek. It's a shame because it was going really, really well. And yeah, unfortunately we ran into private property. So I'm going to be respectful of it. I'm not going to fish any further. So I'm going to have to start the hike back to the car now, which is going to be a very long one. But yeah, oh well. There's only so much you can do. I mean, actually, yeah, there's a sign right here. I was actually just walking on their property, so I actually have to head back now. But yeah, we caught, I think, 5 fish. One of them was like a solid 6 to 6.5 inch fish. All the other ones were decently sized as well. And we did have a very, very quality fish. That was probably 7 or 8 inches long, had a minimum. Chased the fly, he bit it. I tried to set the hook, and I missed him. So always a little disappointing and frustrating when that happens, but yeah, great creek. I'll definitely be back. So one thing I will say is that this will probably be the last brook trout video for like the next 2 or 3 weeks. Reason being is I want to stay out of the woods during deer season, just because the season's so short. I don't want to be messing anything up for the hunters, who only have a limited amount of time to do what they love doing in the woods. I have all year to fish for brook trout, so I'm probably gonna stay out of the woods, not mess with that, and I'll probably just, I can fish like the Latort for brown trout. I can fish some other spring creeks I usually fish, and I can even go bass fishing. The Susquehanna is even still really good right now. So just because I'm not doing brook trout fishing doesn't mean there's not gonna be opportunities to film some more fishing adventures, but it will have to be on hold for a little bit. But yeah, that's fine with me. I mean, it's just 2 weeks, and then I can be back out on the water again. I'll catch some brookies. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.